If you're not using these, you're being left out. Don't be left out. Back at Hobby Lobby, and I was shopping for something totally different, but I came down this aisle and I found more DTF transfers. And so if you saw my last video, I'll put that down in my description box, where we talked about the cups and the keychains and all that. But today I found ones that are iron-on. So we're gonna do iron-on DTF transfers. Are they worth it? Is the ones at Hobby Lobby worth buying? They have quite a few options. Like, these are all big ones that you could put on t-shirts or bags, and then they get kind of smaller as you go up, and then these are just some iron-on patches. But then you've got, these are the DTFs again, and these are the ones that you could cut up and make smaller. There's some cute options. I really like this one, and I really like the bows. And then they have some even smaller ones up here, and these are all iron-on ones. So we're gonna pick out some of these today, and we're gonna try it on another one of those bags and some t-shirts and some different things. Okay, I'm headed home. I didn't even come here for this. But I did feel like I spent more, because I think the last time I used these transfers I spent around $48, and today I spent $93. But I did buy my t-shirts here, and so I bought everything here. So I feel like you could get t-shirts cheaper than Hobby Lobby. But we're gonna go home, we're gonna have some fun and play and see how these work, and I'm super excited to try these. So let's go home and give it a try. Okay, we are ready to try our iron-on stuff, and I wanted to show you guys what I got. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a different shirt, I took a moment to have lunch, and if you've never tried these heirloom tomato flights, it was delicious and I loved it. However, I ended up wearing the juice from this cheese. So if you've never tried this cheese, just know that it comes packaged in some kind of cream water mixture, which I wore all over myself and have now changed. But the tomato flight was delicious. Highly recommend giving it a try. All right, so we picked up an apron. We picked up a pillow cover. I also picked up some of the towels, and then I have some shirts also that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then I picked up 2 hats. We are going to use my mini heat press to kind of iron these and get them ready and prepped, and then we'll also use the mini heat press to put them onto the product. So let's get all the prep work ready. So we're ready for our first t-shirt. I have all of the ironing done, but something I realized, like, since I don't do a lot of this, I don't have one of those measurers for the t-shirts, like to make sure you're putting it in the middle. So we're gonna hope for the best here, but we're gonna go with this one. And I learned from last time, we want to make sure that we read our directions. So I already preheated the iron. And this doesn't have steam because it's a mini press. It does say if the plastic starts to curl when ironing, reduce heat. So if you're using a regular iron, keep that in mind. So position your transfer image side up in the desired print area to ensure your transfer doesn't move while ironing. Use thermal heat tape to secure it. I didn't get any thermal heat tape, so leave clear sheet on top and cover with parchment paper or pressing cloth. Iron firmly, moving in a circular motion for 10 to 15 seconds. Turn project inside out and press back side of transfer for 10 to 15 seconds. And then wait 5 seconds and peel the sheet away. And the nice thing about this one is it is movable. I did notice like this little part right here is kind of missing. And that was just from the transfer, so. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of lay it where we want it to go. We're going to put the parchment paper over the top like it suggested, but we're going to press it in a circular motion evenly for 10 to 15 seconds. So here we go. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, I didn't think about that being on a black shirt. But wow, that is pretty cool. Okay, it says to turn it inside out and press back side of transfer for 10 to 15 seconds. So, and I did have a piece of cardboard in here, which I forgot to tell you guys, so. So this is on here really, really nicely. And I don't know that I got this in the middle, but it's okay. I really like the image of this one, and I just, the colors are really nice and it looks really good on this black shirt. I didn't think about black glitters on my black shirt, but you can still see them, and I like that this is like, woo, and then this is kind of muted. So, but I'll give you guys a picture of me wearing it and let you see what that looks like. So I do have 3 other shirts, a white, a blue, and this kind of green color. But I'm going to go ahead and do these, and then I will give you guys a look at all the shirts, and we'll move on to our next project. Let's talk t-shirts. So this was a lot of fun, and I really am like happy with how the design like adheres to the t-shirt. It doesn't feel like it's going to come up at all, but I do think that not all the transfers were equal. So the first one I did went on super easy. Depending on the edges, like the Teach Them shirt, that one had really thick edges and that was really hard to kind of peel off. But overall, I think this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of Amazon and post some down in my description box from Amazon, giving you some other options, because I am sure there is a ton, but this was a lot of fun, and yeah, I totally 10 out of 10 recommend this one, and I would totally make these again. Okay, so I wanted to see how it washed, and so I went ahead and washed it just so that we could get an idea of how it held up in the washing machine. So I'm not going to dry it though, just washing it, and I washed it inside out. So let's turn it back inside out, right side out, and see what it ends up looking like and if it held up in the washing machine. All right, so here it is hanging up to dry, and everything looks perfectly fine. I wouldn't recommend drying it, but washing it was just fine. Worked out really great. So, and I just used normal soap in my normal setting, and my t-shirt looks great. So we're going to move on to some other projects, and really this is just material wise based on the transfers. They're all the same instructions, so we don't have to read the instructions again. It's basically the same thing. Ironing it on top, turning it over, ironing the back. We're going to try out our towels next. Now I ironed these ahead of time, and now they're wrinkled again, so it's just the fabric of these is wrinkly. Keep that in mind if you're giving these as a gift or something, or keeping them for yourself, and you wash them, they're going to be wrinkly. So, but we're going to give it a try on this fabric. Okay, so these say hats, so I picked up 2 hats, and I was going to do the pink one here and the butterfly here. So I have never ironed on a hat before, so we're going to give this a try. And I feel like it's the same idea. Only a little trickier. Oops. So this is where I feel like that tape would come in handy, but we don't have any, so we're just gonna. And if you're watching and there's some kind of special trick to doing hats, let me know down in the comments how we can do this a little more efficiently. Well, we made a lot of projects today. This was a lot of fun, and I made all of these projects in one afternoon. So keep that in mind when you think of time management and how much time it took to make these. So let's talk about the fabrics and whether I would use this again and make any more projects with them. So the first one was the apron, and yes, I would definitely do the apron. I gave the apron 10 out of 10. Definitely would use that fabric again, and I would make that again. The pillow cover, is a no for me. I think I would give this maybe a 4 out of 10. And kind of the same problems I had with the bag in my last video. I mean, it's cute on the fabric, but I just don't like working with this. So that's a no for me. The dish towels, super fun. I had a lot of fun with these. Definitely would do these again. And because of the wrinkle factor of these, I probably give them an 8, but they're super cute and would make an adorable gift. T-shirts, absolutely. Like some of the transfers are a little bit easier to work with than the other transfers, but overall the t-shirts were a lot of fun. I definitely give these a 9 out of 10 just because of the this particular one had a lot of issues coming off and like had some weird white stuff on it. Hats were an absolute no for me. I don't ever want to do these again, and I'm not a hat person, so these were so fun to make. I had a great time today making all of these projects, and I can't wait to make more. If you want to check out how to use the cold transfer stickers that they also have at Hobby Lobby, click on this video and I will see you there. Bye.